off and racing. Very slowly away was Waradom, certainly awkward out of the gate. Another one that was quite slowly out the boxes was Tamu Al Thuraya as they go through the early stages. Speed from Card Al Kamar, that's just about your leader. Also prominent is Awal, the red cap, towards the outside as well. Another one showing good speed is Kanajer in the hands of Yasser Al Bakawi. That's your leading trio at the moment. Then up the inside, the red cap of Nashea is showing pretty good pace. After that, towards the inside, we have Najm Al Wasil. Towards the rear of the field at the moment, Monster Jamais doesn't have too many behind it. Neither indeed does Atam. Also towards the rear of the field is Zarat Teshrin, who's got plenty to do from there. But as they make the swing for home, it's Awal that leads them and leads by 4 or 5 lengths here. Has set sail for home a long way out. Here comes around the outside Sapta now, throwing down a challenge in the two-tone blue. Still there battling away is Kanajer as well. It's Awal by a diminishing margin to Sapta, who's coming down the centre of the track and finishing off pretty strongly. Awal and Sapta. Then in between the pair trying to get going, Najm Al Wasil. And it's Najm Al Wasil who's being produced here late. Najm Al Wasil is kicking away here for Adel Al Faradi and racing up towards the line. Najm Al Wasil, easy winner. Gate back and away they go for race 2 on the card here at Riyadh this afternoon. Pretty good start from Marbane into a good early posse. The white cap there with the pink and black sleeves. Another one that's prominent in the early stages is Lashawer in the hands of Naif Al-Anazi. They're then followed in third spot by Lazamar. Another one was prominent is Kahela Najd in the green colours. Right round the outside, the yellow with the blue spots of Athalj. That's the leading quartet or so. Then towards the inside, Amaralis, who's got the rail. Right round the outer, Moje Dar is very, very wide on the track as they make the turn. The lead is in the possession of Marbane. It's the 13-time non-winner, just causing 1 or 2 problems up the inside there for Lashawer. Naif Al-Anazi just pulling that one back at that particular juncture. Athalj is now trying to throw down a challenge. They're then followed in fourth by Kahela Najd. That's your leading quartet, followed then by Moje Dar, who's trying to build up a head of steam down the centre of the track. But it's Marbane who's got on here by a couple of lengths to the grey in second. Athalj who's trying to throw down a challenge. Marbane just swishing the old tail a little bit, coming out towards the centre of the track, still leads by a couple of lengths to its second position. Athalj, they're well on from the rest. Marbane and Athalj racing up towards the line. Marbane, Athalj has gone past. Athalj goes on to win. Off and racing through the early stage. It's not a bad start from Esther Webb right up that rail. Taj Al-Anair is prominent, so too is Tejahom. And it's Tejahom that gets across here to, in second position, Johar Bladi. They're then followed by Taj Al-Anair, then towards the outside of that one, Katim Alwad. Then Bifaz Al-Rahman, that's the leading quintet out in front. Then Esther Webb, who's just dropped back a little bit. Hassur's in the light blue colours. Towards the rear of the field at the moment, Fiber. Also towards the back is Here We Are. Another one is Doha Alpha Cream, who's dropped out of the early speed as they make their way around the big sweeping turn here at Riyadh. It's Johar Bladi that leads them to, in second position, Tejahom. They're then followed towards the outside by Taj Al-Anair. Right round the outer is Bihaz Al-Rahman. That's the leading quartet. They're well on at the moment from Esther Webb, who's racing in fifth, but has plenty to find from there. And then after that, Katim Alwad and the rest as they start to make the swing for home. Just about the leader, Tejahom, but being tackled by Johar Bladi and Tejahom. Then in third spot, Taj Al-Anair, who's now pulled out for a run. They're then followed in fourth by Bihaz Al-Rahman. Down towards the closing stage as they come. It's Tejahom still battling with Johar Bladi. Tejahom just going towards the centre of the track. Johar Bladi's not finding a great deal. Taj Al-Anair is trying to stay on, but loads of work to do from there. And it's Tejahom that's got on by a couple of lengths here. Tejahom increasing the advantage in the run to the line. And Tejahom will not be caught here. Is going to make it 2 from 2 here in Saudi. Tejahom the winner. Gates back and away they go. They are racing through the early part of the race. Nice early speed from Saad Alays in the yellow jacket. Another one that got out quickly is Sayaf in those red colours. The grey horse Andam is also prominent in the early exchanges. Another one that got out well is Fadea, who gets to the front as well. So it's Fadea, Andam, and then Sayaf. That's your leading trio. They're then followed in third spot by Karkash, who's getting into a nice position. Tears just up the inside there, the black and grey colours. Then towards the outside in the light blue and orange is Mossakar. They're then followed by Said Alays, who's in the yellow colours. Then right up the inner there in the green and white jacket, that looks like Abo Kalaf, who's trying to make a bit of headway right up the inside. Towards the back of the field at the moment, Lalma Azulfi, Fard Najd also has quite a few behind it. Another one that's towards the rear of the field is Mojazal, but that's often his way of running. Starting to make the swing for home. It's Sayaf who leads them, to Andam sitting in second. They're then followed in third position by Fadea. Tia around the outside of then the yellow colours of Said Alays. That's your leading quintet as they make the swing for home, and they go inside the final furlong and a half very shortly. And it's Sayaf that leads them. We're sticking to that inside rail. The Saad Alays in second. Tia's in third spot. Now down the centre of the track, trying to get going as well is Karkash, but it's still Sayaf that's out in front and has been for most of this race. The cavalry are coming, but are they coming in time? In second position, Saad Alays. Here comes Laj Al Thati, who's absolutely flying home. Laj Al Thati gets up to score. And they're off and racing for the fifth on the card, our first Arabian race of the day. Tagruda got a good start there in the shocking pink cap. Yasmi Athbar is also shooting forward. Fuda Pine has got a nice position, a little bit wide on the track, but just nestling in behind the leaders. Also prominent there is Hafedak Ala Al-Khaladia. Fuda Pine now in around about third position. Right up the inside is Shibal Gudar. They're then followed towards the outer by Saklawi Al-Khaladia. Right round the outside is Bayrak Al-Ezam, who's very wide on the track at the moment. Mahaba Al-Multakaba is somewhat detached, and right at the rear of the field is Afdal Jazur. So they're making this sweeping turn. It's Yasmi Athbar, maybe just doing the old domestique duties for Fuda Pine. He is now moving into second. They're then followed in third by Hafedak Ala Al-Khaladia, the black cap, who's now being driven along. Then Shibal Gudar up the inside, followed by Tagruda and the rest. So it's Yasmi Athbar that leads as they level up for home. Fuda Pine has got about 3 or 4 lengths to fight, just being asked a question or two now by treble-seeking Luis Morales. They're then followed by Shibal Gudar, then Hafadak Ala Al-Khaladia down the centre of the track, but it's still Yasmi Athbar who's leading in the hands of Khaled Al-Mimoni. Fuda Pine is trying to draw alongside, but still has to find 3 or 4 lengths, and at the moment is signally failing to do that. It's Yasmi Athbar who continues to lead inside the closing stages. Not a great deal from Fuda Pine. Shibal Gudar's finishing off pretty well as well, but racing up towards the line, this is going to go to Yasmi Athbar. Gates back and away they go for our first mile race of the day. Wisdom Keeper got a pretty good start, in fairness, this interesting newcomer. Another one that's prominent in the early stages is Unitarian in the red cap, and it's Unitarian that's gone on to Wisdom Keeper, who's also prominent, as indeed is Abo Aldafrat in the blue colours. The first 3. They're then followed up the inside by In the Storm in the dark blue and white colours, another sporting dark blue and white colours. Then in 5th place, we've got Wild Rover, who's in mid-division at the moment. Very, very wide on the track is Mokham trying to get in. Kaiser is also there wide on the track, and the big white face of Thebe Al-Garar. They're all in danger of approaching the turn in very wide positions. Towards mid-division at the moment, Waterfront and Wigberto Ramos. They're then followed towards the outside by Simp. The field trails back to Blue Oud, who's standing alone at the rear of the field. Starting to make the swing here. It's Unitarian to the inside, but Wisdom Keeper on the outer, and Wisdom Keeper has now just quickly eased into a 3 or 4 length advantage. Goodness me, off the final bend they come, levelling up for home. Wisdom Keeper now 5 or 6 lengths to the good, to the green jacket of Thebe Al Garra, who's getting going in second. Then in third, Mudhim, who gets the first mention and stays on. Then Kaiser and Unitarian, but Wisdom Keeper took this race by the scruff of the neck as they swung for home with just over 400 metres to go. And now with 200 metres to go is well clear. Wisdom Keeper looks above average, I think it's fair to say, as far as this newcomer is concerned. Wisdom Keeper well clear. The rest in a different part of Saudi and racing up towards the line. Wisdom Keeper just far too good. A little flourish from Naif Al-Anazi at the line as well. Off and racing, away they go over the 1600 metres for this open Arabian race, and a good start was made by Awamir in the purple noseband, but tracking across from a wide draw is Saloum Al Khaladia in that yellow distinguishing cap. So it's Saloum Al Khaladia that leads, to Awamir, who sits in second, the dark colours there with the purple noseband. Also up with the pace is Hamdani Khaled Al Khaladia, and just being followed through by Jamran Al Khaladia, the black cap there. Also prominent is de Gouy Lotois in the orange colours with the white cap, the red and black colours. One of the greys in the races there towards the outside is Katia Al Khaladia. Another one that's pretty prominent but rather wide in the run is Al Hareth. Then the pink jacket of Lazaz Alali, just in behind the front rank. At the moment, the back marker would only marginally be Amerland, but they're not too well strung out here. Also towards the rear of the field is Jelamir as they start to make this long sweeping turn. And it's Saloum Al Khaladia towards the inside, Awamir, the black and gold colours towards the outer. Then Katia Al Khaladia, who's racing in third. Then de Gouy Lotois, who's just now being driven along in fourth spot. Then right up the inside, Jamran Al Khaladia and Hamdani Al Khaladia as well. So they're starting to make the turn for home now, and it's the yellow cap of Saloum Al Khaladia who's out in front. To in second position, Awamir. Here now moving nicely in the red cap is Jamran Al Khaladia, who's beginning to take aim. Another Al Khaladia horse, Qatar Al Khaladia, is down the centre of the track, and then Lazaz Alali. But as they go towards the closing stage, it's Saloum Al Khaladia, but travelling strongly on the outside is Jamran Al Khaladia, and it's Jamran Al Khaladia looking for a fifth career victory. Now goes on by a length and a little bit more, and it's Jamran Al Khaladia to in second position, Saloum Al Khaladia. Lazaz Alali is finishing off strongly, racing up towards the line. Jamran Al Khaladia has beaten Lazaz Alali. Saloum Al Khaladia finished third. Extremely awkward out of the gate was Almeza. Didn't help horses to its immediate right as they make their way through the early stages. Pace from Malaya Al Rayyan, one of the debutants with the white cap with the sheepskin noseband. Also good early headway from Bint Lahad, and it's Bint Lahad that goes on here, dark blue and yellow colours. Also crossing it from the outside is Sod Al Wade. These two, also prominent is Thud Al Sharaf, cutting across from a wide draw. They're then followed in fourth position by, it looks like, Mod Alays, who's making good early headway as well. Towards the inside, Kateb in the green sleeves is relatively prominent, as indeed the yellow and blue colours there of Bark Najran. Looking for solid, Jan, quite a long way back through the field at the moment. Rayat Al-Elia is very wide on the track. The black cap there with the sheepskin noseband tries to make a little bit of headway. The orange colours of Farid Wagali is also relatively prominent as well, as the field trails all the way back to Bifaz Al-Bahre, who appears to be totally outpaced. So starting to make the swing for home, and the leaders with Food Al Sharaf, horse number 19, to in second position up the inside there we have Bint Lahad. These two going at it hammer and tongs, followed then by Sod Al Wade. There towards the outside, trying to get a little bit closer as well, is Model Alays. But as they start the swing for home, it's the light blue colours of Food Al Sharaf, who's going nicely out in front, leads by a couple of lengths. So on the outside, Model Alays, who's trying to stick on. Sod Al Wade is getting a little bit closer. Right round the outside now is Al Nazer, who started very awkwardly, but is now building the revs down the centre of the track. So out in front and still going pretty well, it's Food Al Sharaf. Down the centre of the track, Al Nazer, though, is going very strongly. Also from the back of the field is Shakra Al Bada, but as the race inside the closing stages, Al Nazer is closing on Food Al Sharaf with every stride. Al Nazer, Food Al Sharaf, these two. Food Al Sharaf is battling back the far side, racing up towards the line. Food Al Sharaf has beaten Al Nazer. Gates back and away they go. They are racing. La Tojadel a little bit awkward out of the stalls, making their way through the early stages. Min Al Shakareen is showing good early pace. Also there in the early stages, the red cap of Adhab, and it's Adhab who's gone on. Also prominent in the early part of the race is Moraded, the pink saddlecloth there. The green cap of Zemarid is also prominent in the run early as they make their way through the early part of the race. Rather wide on the track is Kadash, who's also got a reasonable posse there, if slightly wide. They're then followed behind that one by Asmar, who's got the sheepskin noseband on, the white sash towards the near side. The purple jacket of Najmat Al-Shaib has got a pretty good position. They're then followed by Ballisti, who heads the chasing group towards the rear of the field at the moment. Your back marker is Alabar. Starting to make the turn, they'll be levelling off for home very shortly, and it's Mil Al-Shakareen who's out in front at the moment. To in second position, Moraded. Up the inside now, making decent headway, is Najmat Al-Shaib. They're then followed in fourth spot by the retreating Adab, who's not finding a great deal. Now trying to throw down a challenge is Asmar from the back of the field as well, but they've all got a bit of work to do from there as they start to make the swing for home. Min Al-Shakareen is the leader, but here now drawing alongside is Najmat Al-Shaib. Min Al-Shakareen, Najmat Al-Shaib, followed then by Moraded, who races in third. Trying to stay on from the back of the field is La Tojadel, the red cap, and Asmar as well. Finding plenty out of front now, though, is Min Al-Shakareen, who's not for passing and now goes on by 3 or 4 lengths, and it's Mil Al-Shakareen in the hands of Abdullah Al-Orfi, who's well clear and not going to be passed now, and goes further clear at the line. Min Al-Shakareen, the winner. They're off and racing for the 10th on the card, this open race for fillies over the 2,000 metres. And a good start from Mabea, who was eager to get away in the preliminaries, and she's translated that eagerness into a good start here. Notation is also prominent. Majula from the outside has come through to get into a prominent position as well. They're then followed by Momtenar towards the outside there, the grey in the black and silver colours, just looking back to the rear of the field at the moment. Capitulation is at the rear of the field and headed by Helsinki Heights, who's last but one. So they're making their way onto the racecourse proper, and the lead is held by Majula, who's got across from a wide gate, to Mabea racing in second. Notation is in third, the black and white colours. They're then followed in fourth by Israj, the green jacket, who's got a nice posse just trailing the pace. Then Momtenar towards the outside there. We have Jazio, who's in danger of taking this turn on the wide side. Then Momtenar, who's still there as well. Otherwise one that's poking through into a prominent position is Arama, who does stay a little bit further. Bit of a gap back then to Helsinki Heights, and at the rear of the field is Capitulation. Down towards the end of the back straight they go, and the leaders with notation. Israj is now rushing up the inside to go and join that one, making a bit of a mid-race move here. Right round the outer, Jazio. They're then followed by Arama, who's trying to box on. So as they start to make the turn for home now, and up the inside, it's Israj that's gone on to Notation, who's battling on round the outside. These two to Arama, who's racing in third. Those are the best official ratings have come to the fore here. Israj, the far side, the green colours. Notation, the black and white colours towards the near. They're well on from the rest, headed by Arama. Down towards the closing stages they come inside the final 400. And it's Israj, the far side, but now Notation with the stamina kicking in has come through to take it up. Notation to Israj, who's trying to battle back over on the far side. These two are paired off from the rest, but it's Notation who's now going on here. Camillo Ospina looking for a double, and it's Notation by 3 or 4 lengths in the end to Israj, whose stamina is given out and racing up towards the line. Notation is going to score pretty comfortably in the end. Notation wins. They're off and racing now, and Alzair was a little bit awkward out the gate. Starcat could have broken quicker as well. One that's showing good early pace is Ford Maddox Brown. In the dark colours, also prominent is Monchois in the early stages. Expressionist is trying to poke up the inside into a posse. Indemnify is up with the pace as well as they sort themselves out through the early stages. The green jacket of New Pursuit not too far away. Uncle is camped out a little bit wide at the moment. In fact, sorry, Uncle's getting making a bit of headway towards the head of affairs. One that is camped out wide is Path of Thunder. Towards the back of the field at the moment is Al Jabri, and also towards the back, the big wide face of Starcat, and not far in front of them is Alucal as they make their way down towards the end of the back straight, going at 63 kilometers per hour. And it's Monchois just about the leader to Uncle, who's now moved up the inside of that one into second spot. Expressionist is burrowing through up the rail. Indemnify is racing in fourth, then Making Movies is making a bit of a move as well. They're then followed by Ford Maddox Brown towards the outside. The rest all struggling to stay in touch, starting to make the swing for home. And it's Uncle and Monchois and Uncle, followed then by Making Movies, who continues to make headway around the outside. Then Expressionist in fourth, and then trying to box on as well as Ford Maddox Brown. But it's the red colours of Monchois just about hitting the front here. Uncle is trying to battle back. Here comes Making Movies right down the centre of the track. Uncle the far side, Making Movies down the centre. Monchois in between the pair. Down towards the closing stages they come. It's Making Movies with all this French back class who's now gone on by a couple of lengths, and Making Movies with 1 or 2 closers from the back. Ford Maddox Brown and also Starcat, but as the race up towards the line, Making Movies has won it. For the Saudi Boy Scouts Association Cup, the 12th and final race on the card here today, and Alamawi has shot through into an early lead, followed by Yamari, the green cap, the white stable colours, followed then up that one's inside by Taja Lelia, who's pretty prominent in the run as well. That's the black cap. Towards the outside there, the blue sleeves of Alamawi just been taken back a little bit. Then after that, towards the outer, the white cap of Mortaget. But as they make the turn, it's Alamawi that leads them to in second position Yamari. They're then followed in third position by Al Kasani, the 14 horse. Then towards the outside, Mortaget. They're then followed by on the inside the black cap of Taj Alelia. Towards the rear of the field at the moment, Bazan is the back marker. Another one who's got a lot to do is Saif Al Falah as they start to make the turn for home now. And over on the far side, Alamawi has been tackled and passed by Yamari, and it's Yamari now, the green cap, that quickly goes on to in second position now Al Kasani, who's taking aim from the back of the field. Sayodad is trying to get involved as well and finishing off strongly as he did in this race last last year. But it's Yamari that leads inside the closing stages to Al-Kasani, then Seyadan, who's still trying to get a little bit nearer as they make their way inside the latter part of this contest. It's Yamari with Camilo Ospina on a treble, but here comes Seyadan as they race up towards the line. Yamari, Seyadan, it's going to be very tight. Seyadan over Yamari, I think.